This is English shorthand dictation number 52 and the dictation speed is 140 words per minute. Ready? Start. If we have a look at the evolution of human civilization, we will find that early humans led a nomadic lifestyle, moving from one place to another in search of food. With the beginning of agriculture, they settled down and started leading a sedentary lifestyle. It was at this time that the first settlement came into being. A settlement is a place where people build their houses and a few other facilities and interact with their environment as well as with each other. It can range from a small cluster to a big metropolitan city. The factors which govern the development of settlements are favorable climate, availability of land and water, fertility of soil, accessibility, presence of minerals and industries. Some settlements are temporary where nomadic people stay for a short period of time. However, most settlements are permanent where people live for long durations. Generally speaking, settlements can be classified into two types, rural and urban. A rural settlement is one in which the majority of people are involved in activities such as agriculture, fishing, mining and forestry. Here the population is generally small and the population density is low. In many villages, handicrafts based on local raw materials are manufactured and some trade is also practiced. Rural settlements can be either compact or dispersed. In compact settlements, the houses are built close together. They are mostly found in river valleys and fertile plains, where the land is flat and accessibility is good. Dispersed settlements are made up of scattered houses. They are mostly found in hilly or forest areas, large farmlands, and in areas where accessibility is poor. An urban settlement is one in which the majority of people are involved in non-agricultural activities such as industry, trade, commerce, administration, etc. It usually has a large population and the population density is also high. Rural and urban settlements are complementary to each other. The villages provide the supply of food, grains, fruits, vegetables, milk and daily laborers to the towns. On the other hand, the towns supply industrial goods that are required in the villages. People from villages come to the towns for employment opportunities and also for educational, medical and entertainment facilities. Transport facilitates the movement of goods and people from one place to another. The development of an efficient transport network is essential for the economic prosperity of a country. The transport system is governed mainly by the terrain and economic activities of a region. There is poor transport network in the mountains, forests, marshy or arid regions as well as in the economically backward regions. On the other hand, regions with flat land and those which are the centers of agricultural, industrial or mining activities have dense transport networks. There are four important modes of transport. They are roadways, railways, waterways and airways. Roadways are the most important means of transport over short distances. They can be built across all types of terrain and connect even the most remote areas. Roads are of two types, metalled and unmetalled. Metalled roads are made of concrete or asphalt and have a smooth surface. They are all-weather roads and are mostly found in towns and cities. Flyovers and subways are also common in big cities. Unmetalled roads are mud roads and have an uneven surface. They are mostly found in rural areas and are unfit for use during heavy rains. Modern 6 to 8 lane highways are present in many countries. They help in the fast and smooth movement of road traffic. The Golden Quadrilateral Highway network in India connects the four metropolitan cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. The USA has the highest density of road transport in the world. Western Europe is highly industrialized and hence has a very dense network of roads connecting all major towns and seaports. In India, the northern plains have a good network of roads. Railways are the fastest means of land transport and are generally used for long distance travel. They are the cheapest carriers of bulky materials in large quantities over long distances. Western Europe and East Central USA have the densest network of railways. This is because these are the most heavily industrialized regions of the world with a high rate of economic development and a large number of urban centers. India has the second largest railway network in Asia. The northern plains with their level land, high population density, rich agriculture and large number of industries have the maximum concentration of railway lines in the country. The steam engines of the past have now been replaced with diesel and electric engines. Waterways are the cheapest means of transport, most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. Another advantage of water transport is that it uses existing routes like rivers and seas. International trade is carried on mainly through water transport. Waterways are of two types, inland waterways and ocean routes. These include navigable rivers, lakes and canals. Mechanized boats and steamers are used for carrying passengers and cargo across the inland waterways. Ocean transport is the cheapest means of carrying heavy and bulky goods from one continent to another. International trade is largely dependent on the ocean routes. Some of the important ports of the world are New York, Los Angeles, London, Cape Town, Mumbai, Tokyo, and Hong Kong. Airways provide the fastest means of transport, although it is the most expensive. It depends greatly on weather conditions. Storms, rains, and fog are great hindrances to air travel. For remote and inaccessible areas, however, airways are the best mode of transport. The major cities of the world are connected through air routes. Domestic airways ply within the boundaries of a country, while international airways carry passengers and cargo to other countries. The greatest volume of air traffic is found in the USA, followed by the West European countries like United Kingdom, France, and Germany. Russia, India, Japan, Australia, South Africa and Brazil also have important domestic and international air routes. Some of the important international airports of the world are located in New York, Chicago, Washington DC, Los Angeles, London, Paris, Berlin, Rome, Moscow, Cairo, Tokyo, Singapore, Delhi and Mumbai. Communication involves sending and receiving messages and ideas. In the early days, messages were sent through birds and also through human messengers. With the improvement of the transport system, communication between different people and even different countries became easier. The inventions of telegraph and telephone and the introduction of mail brought about a major change in the field of communication. The invention of the printing press made it possible to communicate through books, magazines, and newspapers. The development of radio and television helped in communicating with many people simultaneously. They provide information, education, and entertainment all through the audio and visual media. The most recent developments have been the use of satellites and radar. The introduction of computers has revolutionized the communication system. Emails can send messages instantly through a computer. The internet is a source of information on almost any topic. Communication is of two types, personal and mass communication. Personal communication is used between two people or when a few people are involved. The means of personal communication include post office, telegraph, teleprinter, telephone, fax, and email. Mass communication means communication with several people at a time. The means of mass communication include books, magazines, newspapers, radio, television, and films. The world has today become a small place. Distances have shrunk. Information is at our fingertips, and communicating with anybody anywhere in the world is just a click of a button away. Markets are places people visit to buy goods for daily use. It is a place where buyers and sellers meet and trade is carried out. People who manufacture the goods or services are called producers, while those who buy these goods and services are called consumers or customers. The people who bring the goods from the producers to the consumers are called traders. The traders bring these goods to people through various markets. Some are weekly markets, some are retail markets or big shopping complexes, and some are wholesale markets. In almost all the cities, the weekly markets are a common feature. They are held every week on a fixed day. Thousands of such markets spring up every week by the roadside in many neighborhoods of various cities. These markets are makeshift markets. The traders set up their shops around the afternoon and close them by late evening.